When you think of a Mormon, you may think of bikers dressed in white button-downs with a tie. You may think of the Mormon Tabernacle Choir that you can hear playing in the background. Or you may even think of presidential candidate Mitt Romney. But who really is a Mormon? What makes them who they are? Well, in the 1820s, a man named Joseph Smith claimed to have a revelation from God in the form of gold tablets. Joseph Smith translated these tablets into the Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon, the Bible, and revelations from the prophet, or the president as Mormons refer to him, are the backing for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This is the religion that Mormons belong to. This religion is the foundation for all the cultural, ethical, and personal buying decisions that Mormons make. Today, there are about 14 million Mormons living around the world. According to a Pew Forum survey, 77% of people who claim to be Mormon attend church every week. Of this group of dedicated Mormons, a large majority, 73%, identify as Republicans with conservative attitudes towards most social issues. This conservative attitude shapes most buying decisions for Mormons. One example of this is the importance Mormons place on self-reliance. Members are encouraged to squirrel away a few months' worth of living expenses and stock a one-year supply of emergency food.
The church has a big focus on being prepared in emergencies.
Okay.
Being prepared just
It's
that
general.
being prepared. So
they'll usually buy stuff overstock, just everything.
yeah, just have food and
water.
Yeah.
This practice has some large marketing implications. Companies selling non-perishable foods can market specifically towards Mormons and encourage them to be prepared.
Remember this, debt is a form of bondage. It is a financial termite. When we make purchases on credit, they give us only an illusion of prosperity. We think we own things, but the reality is things own us. Some debts, such as for a modest home, expenses for education, perhaps for a needed first car and other things may be necessary. But never should we enter into financial bondage through consumer debt without carefully weighing the costs.
Along with stockpiling food, Mormons believe it's important to stay out of debt. Within society, Mormons have demonstrated their skill in accumulating wealth and staying out of debt. It is well known that the LDS Church is one of the wealthiest religions in the world. This means that the 14 million members across the globe are a great target market for many different companies because they have money and they're willing to spend it. One reason for the church's wealth is tithing. Mormons are strongly encouraged to tithe 10% of their income. Each month, Mormons also fast for 2 meals and give the money they would have spent on the meals to the church. Let's listen to one of the members speak on why he tithes.
I have not been made poorer by paying my 10%. The reverse is really the case. I feel that I have been made richer, not only in material goods, but there are so many other ways that the Lord blesses. I mean, it's not because He needs it per se. It's because He wants to see if I can give Him back, some of what He has already given me. I mean, I have a personal testimony that paying my tithing is what God wants me to do.
This ritual of tithing shows the dedication Mormons can have to something. It might be beneficial for other organizations who solicit donations to ask Mormons to donate, because they will stay committed to their donations. Even though Mormons are typically affluent and they have money to spend, there are some things they are not willing to spend their money on. Let's listen to some Mormon missionaries and other Mormons speak about the words of wisdom.
So the word of wisdom is a revelation that was received by Joseph Smith, the first prophet in the modern age of the church. He was told by God how to live a healthy life.
I know that when my body's healthy, I can do the things that are important to me, and I can think clearly.
We don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't drink coffee or tea. But I think what gets lost in that is it tells us to eat fruits and vegetables and to, eat meat occasionally.
Make sure you get a good night's rest. Make sure you take care of your body. For me, that's what the word of wisdom is.
And as a mom and as an artist and in everything that I do, I want to be tip-top for all of that. So it's common sense, really.
It's all about how do I maintain a healthy lifestyle so I can continue to grow and develop as a person.
We believe in something called the word of wisdom, which the Lord has asked us to abstain from 5 things. It'd be tea, coffee, tobacco, alcohol, and other illegal drugs and substances.
And for those of you who were a little confused, you are dead and this is hell. So abandon all hope and yada yada yada. We're now going to start the orientation process, which will last about... Hey, wait a minute, I shouldn't be here. I was a totally strict and devout Protestant. I thought we went to heaven. Yes, well, I'm afraid you were wrong. I was a practicing Jehovah's Witness. You picked the wrong religion as well. Well, who was right? Who gets into heaven? I'm afraid it was the Mormons. Yes, the Mormons were the correct answer.
Besides abstaining from the 5 things listed in the Word of Wisdom, Mormons also make a strong effort to censor themselves from certain aspects of modern culture.
But really, quite simply, it's if we're watching something, we're playing something, we're hearing something, we like to try to think, is this getting me closer to Jesus Christ? Is this something Jesus Christ would be watching, or would he not be watching?
Right.
I love movies, I love movies, I love video games, but if they're not going to get me closer to Jesus Christ, what's the purpose of watching it or playing it or listening to it?
From this clip, we can infer that companies that produce off-color products should not expect support from the Mormon community. On the same note, it might be appropriate for neutral products with clean messages to market towards Mormons. Another interesting part of Mormon culture is the emphasis placed on families.
No matter how good of friends you have or any sports teams you may be a part of, family's always right there. Your parents are always the best ones to teach you those values and the principles of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
According to MormonGenealogy.net, the average size of a Mormon family is 2 parents with 4 children. This is double the average of a non-Mormon family. Also, Mormons are starting their families much earlier than non-Mormons. The average age for a Mormon to get married is 23 versus 27.45 for non-Mormons.
So the ordinance of being sealed together you do in the temple, and it's just like a sacred thing that you do inside the temple. Is the difference being, instead of having the death do you part, you have the forever part in there.
Right.
So you better like the person that can go along real good, or it could go along forever.
Because Mormons start their families young and place a lot of emphasis on families, it is important for companies that advertise to families to target Mormons. For example, theme parks and board game companies would all benefit from advertising family bonding to Mormons. Many non-Mormons prefer to do their shopping on weekends, specifically Friday and Saturday. However, this is not the case for Mormon missionaries. Having sales on Mondays for products that Mormons buy will increase sales. It is important to remember that while on their mission, Mormons share one phone, don't watch TV, and do not use the internet. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there are 5 needs that all mankind tries to meet. When Mormons purchase products to fulfill their physiological needs, they stock up for the future as well as the present. Because of this, they are more likely to buy in bulk. When considering safety needs, Mormons focus on health, morality, and the family. They are not likely to purchase products that could be considered impure or damaging to the body. They focus a great deal on family and belonging. Products that threaten these will be avoided. Mormons believe that successful service to the church, academic achievement, and business ventures will grant them feelings of fulfillment because they have served the Lord well. Morality is the focus of every Mormon, and the family culture of the temple both inspires and ensures this. A Mormon will not consider products that come between him and his beliefs. Because of the morality of the church, members are taught to entirely avoid things that may lead them astray. They are likely to avoid in-store products when they are located next to those that they will not buy. Similarly, provocative advertising or advertising using alcohol, tobacco, tea, coffee, or drugs are not likely to get attention from Mormons.
common traits and behaviors behind the Mormon culture, we must understand basic statistics for targeting Mormons. Identifying the geographical segmentation of the Mormon market as well as essential demographics will be particularly important when forming a marketing plan. As of 2012, Mormons make up 1.7% of the total United States population. Of this 1.7%, 76% of Mormons in the U.S. live in the Mountain and Pacific time zones. The majority of the Mormon market lives in Utah, comprising 35% of the total Mormon population. This means that 70% of Utah's population is Mormon. Next, we must pinpoint essential Mormon demographics. Currently, the largest Mormon age demographic consists of 30 to 49-year-olds, which comprise 42% of the Mormon population. Because females tend to be converted easier, the majority of Mormons are actually female, making up 56% of the population. The buying power of Mormons leans towards middle to upper class. 37% of Mormons report an annual household income of $50,000 to $100,000, and 16% report an income of $100,000 or greater. Due to the large purchasing power of this segment, it's evident that the Mormon subculture is worth targeting. This is especially true for the locations where Mormons are densely populated. These geographical locations provide advantages for marketers wanting to target a population who follow similar patterns. By better understanding the culture and behaviors of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we can better tailor a marketing campaign to meet the needs of these consumers.